Okay, today we are taking a look at the 2023 BMW M440i Coupe, and this one is a pretty special edition, and I'm going to show you guys why. First, on the interior, we got carbon fiber. Look at how beautiful the carbon fiber trim is, also around the center console down here. Let's take a hop outside and show you guys why this M440 is so special. So as you can tell, this is a beautiful individual Rosso Corsa red. So Ferrari red on this M440. Now this is a very special M Performance Edition M440. So it's a very different from a normal M440 that you would just order from the factory. They only made 20 of these red editions. Now what makes it an M Performance Edition is we have the carbon fiber front kidney grille surround, the carbon fiber front lip. These are upgraded 20-inch black M Performance forged wheels. At the back we have the carbon fiber spoiler, carbon fiber rear diffuser, and the M Performance exhaust system. So this car will be a little bit louder than your average M440. We also have the 50th year anniversary, black badges on the back, and on the inside, to go with the carbon fiber trim, this is the black merino leather. So absolutely beautiful interior. Let's hop inside here. Let's give it a start up. I love how there's a red car in the center of that gauge kit. So this is the Live Cockpit Professional with BMW's iDrive 7 system. We have head-up display, we got 360 parking camera, we got Harman Kardon sound system, we got the works. This thing is basically fully loaded. All right, let's get on the road and go for a drive. Now we are starting off in comfort mode. Do a little bit of comfort driving before we engage that sport and sport plus. We've got comfort, eco, and sport. Got green light here. We'll give it our first acceleration. Oh man, even in comfort mode, this thing is fast. B58 engine, so we got 382 horsepower. We've got an all-wheel drive system that's rear-wheel drive bias. We got an M Sport differential at that rear axle, so it handles mainly like a rear-wheel drive car. Steering wheel heated is activated, and I didn't even ask it to. This car is set. Once it hits 10 degrees or lower, the heated seats and the heated steering wheel are going to be activated. I'm going to deactivate that because I'm a little bit hot. Now this is the infotainment screen. It's touch screen, so if you need to, you can touch it. But I love how BMW has the redundant iDrive controller, so no matter what you're doing, you can always do it through the iDrive controller and through the touch screen. Now this car is going to have the standard live traffic info navigation system, so you can see all the red. You can see some areas are not going to be good in driving, so we're going to talk a little bit about this navigation system. Might have to cut in and out of the driving. It's also going to have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Let's explore a little bit of the infotainment system while we are waiting. So media is the first one. You can choose all of your different stations. Now if you scroll this in the head-up display, you can also change your stations as well, and you can choose whether or not it shows in the head-up display or shows down here in the gauge cluster. We'll go back. Communications, so the cell phone menu looks like. You really don't need to use this much. Usually when you call somebody, you can like ask the personal assistant to make that phone call for you. Navigation, we're just in there. Then you have car. This is where you're going to get into all of these settings. So driver profiles, love driver profiles. Make sure you have the maximum of 2 of them. You can set that up. Partners, all your settings, no matter what you set, will not be adjusted. Your mirror control, your seat settings, your music settings, all the way down to your climate control settings, your 1 through 8 memory save buttons, those are all set per driver profile, and those register to your key. So as soon as you hit the unlock button with your key, your driver profile logs into the car. There's car caring. There's select your car caring program, vitalization or relax. I mean, you have to have the music on to do that, so let's put it on low here. Let's vitalize. I mean, I never used these when I was driving my car. Like doesn't certain air temperatures, gonna run for 3 minutes. I just want to end the program. Let's relax. So, oh, sunshade is automatically closing when you go into relax. Music settings. This is interesting. I don't know how much I want to leave it on for, but it's certainly interesting. Looks like we should be able to go here. No, they haven't advanced. I mean, there's no music. Or is there music if I turn this up? Oh, if I turn that up, we got something. We're just gonna end that program there because it's not really that interesting. We have vehicle status. You can cross now. Tire pressure monitoring system, driving information. Sport gauges is my favorite to look at, but I love how the vehicle's red there. And then you have the settings, so you can go through general settings, driving modes, exterior lights, driving assistance. You can also click this green key and go in and configure your individual safety systems of when you want the blind spot activating. Do you want the steering intervention, lane departure warning, and front collision mitigation? Displays, so you can customize. Okay, when you go into sport mode, it changes to red. When you go into eco mode, it goes blue. So you can adjust those settings. Instrument panel, you can select what you see here. We have it on map view, so you have the map in the center. If you wanted miles per hour, you can have some adjustments for the head-up display. You can even turn the head-up display off. Vehicle doors and access, so digital key, you can activate a digital key fob that you can put into your Apple Wallet. Comfort door access, automatically lock and unlock when you're walking away from the vehicle. You can also go through all of these and check in which ones you want or which ones you don't want to activate. Interior lighting, you can change your ambient lighting color. You can also change the brightness. You can also have dynamic lights. So if the car is running, doors are open, the door ambient lighting will flash red. You can see the ambient lighting on the door panel, along underneath the carbon fiber trim. Climate control, so you can set those climate control rules for if it gets to a certain temperature, you know, certain things are going to turn on. Remote engine start, you want to make sure you have that activated. Key button settings, like kind of a redundant one there because that's the same thing that you'll find under the doors and vehicle access. That's pretty much it. Everything with infotainment system. On the steering wheel, you got cruise control on the left. You have the 8-speed automatic transmission with the paddle shifters, so you can go through and select the modes if you wanted to. If you are doing it in D to that, it will just automatically go back to D. But if you have the transmission in S, it will stay in manual mode and it's not going to adjust out. For this D, it will go back. Now if you go over, you can also go through your gears right here. Auto brake hold, so we're holding the brake right now, foot's off the brake, we're not going anywhere. Electronic parking brake. When you're in drive, you can even pull up the front camera image with a fisheye lens. So if you're pulling out of somewhere with that 360 parking camera, you are nice and safe. All right, we don't really have much else. I chose a kind of a bad time to go for a test drive in this car. So I am going to cut forward to when I'm not just stuck in this bumper to bumper traffic. Actually, there was one thing I wanted to play around with, and that is the personal assistant. So I wonder if it's not, hello BMW. So it's not activated. You can engage in the system where you say hello BMW, or you can just hit the microphone button here and let's say, navigate me to McDonald's.
I have
searching. Okay, did a pretty good job of finding me McDonald's. Turn it off. Let's try something else. Navigate me to 1155 Leslie Street.
I have found several destinations.
Did a pretty good job at finding me 1155 Leslie Street. Now it is going to recommend do an immediate U-turn. And you can also see it displaying in the head-up display. Love that head-up display. Now one thing you can also adjust, I remember here now, go car, if we go settings, if we go displays, and we go instrument panel, engine display can either be power meter or tachometer. So you can have your revs, or you can have how much of the engine power that you're using. I mean, I don't know who would want to use this gauge versus over having the tach. But as soon as you go into sport mode, you get the tach no matter what. And now we're in Sport Plus. You can also configure sport, have sport individual. Say you wanted the steering to be comfort, but you wanted the engine to be Sport Plus. You can configure that sport individual. But I mean, honestly, the best one is Sport Plus.
Traffic light onto the Donway West, and then immediately, if possible, make a legal U-turn.
Okay, we're gonna turn that nav off. We're gonna cancel route. I know exactly where I'm going. All right, we're finally out of some traffic. Let's go from Eco into Sport Plus, transmission into Sport Plus, most aggressive setting, and let's test it out a bit. I really chose a bad time to go for a test drive because it's just, oh god, look at the highway. But you know what? We got a little bit here. We're gonna do a cool loop. Brakes are good. Oh my gosh, does that sound amazing? Oh, just dives into the corners. These 20-inch wheels, getting some nice grip. Oh my, the downshifts. It's one thing about Sport Plus that is amazing. It holds the RPMs up. You get these high revving downshifts when you holds the RPMs for a long time until it upshifts as well. Love the Sport Plus. And then when you put the transmission to Sport, it holds the RPMs even more than when you're just in Sport Plus by itself. Now we're gonna do a little bit of a cloverleaf here to get a little bit of cornering in this car. All right, they're out of the way. Now we can give it a good, whoo, just takes off. Dive into the corner, planted. And the brakes are so strong. All right, should get a good accel here. Gotta merge in. Never any complaints with power of this thing. Only thing is now we're following a slow car. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a gap. I feel the body roll a little bit, but it still feels like it's on rails. Flying. I don't know if that guy was honking at me, but I was in my lane. I was hoping to do a little bit more highway, but it's too red down there and I can't wait. So we're gonna get off of the next exit. Hopefully that gave you guys a little bit idea of the acceleration. What are we rolling 20? Got a little bit of a gap. We just pedal to the floor. Whoo! Puts you back into the seat. You can feel the car squat at the back end in order to accelerate. This thing sounds amazing, handles amazing, engine is so powerful. Like, anytime you need to pass anybody, a little flick of your foot and you're past them. Dive into the corners confidently. You have the brakes there. You know you can slow down if needed, if anything happens. And every time you brake in Sport Plus, it sounds so aggressive. Burples, pops and bangs with a BMW. You get off the highway, you want to save some fuel, put it in eco mode. It'll start coasting. Now this car does have the 48 volt mild hybrid technology, so there's no engine start stop button where you can control whether the engine starts off or not. When you're in comfort or eco mode, it's going to activate automatically for you. It feels like we're just coasting here. Coasting along. Ah, I wish we were at the front so we can do another launch. I'll say I love this carbon fiber trim on the inside. Click that. You have the wireless charging and 2 USB ports. This car literally transforms and comes to life with the Sport Plus mode. I love how Sport Plus doesn't like to shift. See how it wasn't shifting there, just holding those RPMs? It's waiting for you to get back on the power. That tells you what the speed limit is, 30. I don't think that's very accurate. I think this is a 60 zone. Even the numbers in the head-up display goes red when you're above the speed limit. And you can adjust that, it doesn't have to. It can stay white. Oh, these brakes. Gotta hand it BMW, they've got some good brakes. This is such a fun car to drive. The way it sounds on the interior, the handling. Okay, and we're almost at the end of the video. One last thing that I wanted to show you guys was the fact that this BMW can literally park itself. When you're pulling up on a parking spot, click this button right here. It's gonna bring up the parking sensor. I love how the car's red. That's so cool. Drive along the row of cars. Okay, so you don't need parking assistant there because, you know, the spots are open. But let's pull across here. It's found me a spot. Click that, click the symbol, take your hands off, take your foot off the brake, stay observant though, in case you need to intervene, and look at that, it parks itself. Look guys, no hands, no feet, no brake. Now I will say, it takes you very close, it makes you nervous, and then it stops, because the sensors know within an inch or two how much. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys appreciated this quick, not really quick, but M440 test drive for 2023 BMW. If you guys liked it, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, help me out. Let me know in the future what I can do better to improve these videos, because I do them for you. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you on the next video.